Okay then guys, I have just got out of the cinema after seeing Wicked Part 1, would you believe? Yeah, I didn't think it was the Part 1. I thought it was just going to be a set of, if that was the movie, you know. But yeah, Part 1 of Wicked. Right from the bat, I'm going to say Ariana ruined it for me. She wasn't the role of who I expected, you know, Glenda or Glinda or whatever her name is. She was Ariana Grande, you know, comparing her to someone like Lady Gaga, obviously, who's like a pop star, I guess, going into movies and all that. Lady Gaga wasn't Lady Gaga in like Star is Born. Lady Gaga wasn't Lady Gaga in Joker 2. So very, very strange how I got that feeling, I guess. Maybe it's her acting. She was just playing Ariana Grande, really. She wasn't playing anyone different. And I also didn't like her performance during the musical numbers, to be honest. Her performance during those it was pretty bad. Like the actual lip syncing, which could be down to her, but I think it's also down to the mixing and direction maybe on the day. They just wasn't right, you know, something wasn't right about it. There was something missing. It was kind of off sync, and you'd think she'd be able to do that. Pop stars, you know, that's how they record their, you know, what do you call it, their like music videos and stuff. So you'd think she'd be able to do it, but it's not the case. And yeah, it was one of them. So that right from the bat, that was my initial feeling of Wicked, was that she ruined it for me, because Ariana was just playing Ariana. She wasn't Glenda. That was the negatives to the whole thing. There was far more positives though. Firstly, the animation of the animals and stuff was pretty cool and pretty unique. We had this goat guy who was like a teacher. He was voiced by Peter Dinklage, Tyrion of Game of Thrones, if you don't know. He was pretty cool. But yeah, some of the CGI and stuff was pretty cool of all the animals. They had these flying monkeys and stuff. And then we had Cynthia Erivo playing basically Elephine, who is the main person who's basically the Wicked Witch, I guess. And she was really, really good. She embodied the character really well. And, you know, she was the character. Obviously, I think looks played a big part. Comparing it to Ariana and Glinda, Ariana just looked like Ariana Grande. She didn't really have any costume, you know, and really, she could have just had her normal hair, probably was, you know, her normal makeup. She just looked like Ariana Grande, and it didn't really transform me as a viewer into the magical world of Oz. Comparing the two, she was amazing. But they both had great chemistry together, and there was definitely a big story there. The movie actually started with, like, you know, what actually happens at the end kind of thing, and then it's like kind of telling the story of it. The fact that it's Part 1 did make me think, I understand now why it kind of dragged out. The act of like them in school and like building a friendship and stuff like that was well and truly dragged out, in my opinion. It was way too long than what it needed to be. It just didn't have to be that long, you know. It was just spread out, but makes sense now because it's a play that is 3 hours on stage or whatever, and it's now going to be 5 hours on film screen, because that was just 2 hours and 40 minutes for Part 1. And that was the other thing, the runtime was really long and cumbersome. But as I say, some of the musical stuff was really good. You can definitely tell that they played homage to the actual musical. Now, caveat, I've never seen the musical, but it gave that vibe of stage choreography, stage outfits, all of that. Like, I can imagine the costumes and stuff that they used in the movie are very, very similar inspiration to what they are on stage, and of course all the musical numbers and stuff. So, but as somebody who's never seen it, it gave me the vibe of this could have been on the West End. So in terms of score, I'm really toying between two. It's not a high movie for me. It's not fantastic. I'm probably going to settle at a very high 3.5 star. It just misses the 4-star because I wasn't transported to the world of Oz, because I was just watching Ariana Grande in a pink dress being Ariana Grande. And I can't get out of that headspace when I was watching it, and she's in a lot of the scenes. Like I say, you add that into the fact then as well that, you know, the movie itself was 2 hours and 40 minutes long, which was, pacing and stuff was quite off because it was dragged out because it was a Part 1. And we're obviously gonna have a Part 2 maybe next year, if not the year after. So yeah, but the good points of the movie, I think Cynthia Erivo was really, really good in the role. The musical numbers were fantastic. The one song was great, the Defying Gravity, I believe, was really good. But that's all Wicked's known for, really, is one song, you know. It's not like other musicals that many other songs is known for, you know. So for me, it's 3.5 star, and it's a very high 3.5 star. Production's amazing, the direction is great, the artistic approach is great, the CGI, as I said, is great. Some of the musical numbers and the dancing and all that is amazing. But there's some parts that are so problematic to me in it that I just can't shift, so I'm sticking with my 3.5. So there's my review of Wicked. I will be going to see this again because I'll have to go and watch it with Chloe at some point. But if I have a different change of opinions, maybe I'll do a different video and kind of revisit it in like a couple of weeks or whatever, because I won't be seeing it for a couple of weeks, whenever Chloe wants to go, I guess. But I've just gone opening evening, and to get the video out for you on opening weekend, of course. But this is my initial first reaction to Wicked Part 1. So let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Have you seen Wicked? Did you agree with my thoughts? Let me know your thoughts, of course. I'm intrigued to always know. And subscribe if you are new on the channel. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.